Hi, Romans here and welcome to another music review. I review every album from a viewpoint of a musician, as I'm a singer, songwriter and a bass player for my own group Jakobay, and almost 3 years ago we released our debut album called Pursuits in Life. What makes it unique is that it's a heavy prog rock without guitars. Instead you have drums, bass, saxophone and keyboards. You can check out all of our music videos on my YouTube channel. And in the description of all these videos you will find all the information about where is the record available. It's available on all digital platforms like Spotify, Tidal, Deezer, iTunes, Amazon, Bandcamp, but also in this digipack version of a CD with a very beautifully illustrated 20 pages long booklet. So in case you want one, all you need to do is contact me via an email, on Facebook or on Instagram, or you can get one through Bandcamp as well. And today I'm going to review the new album from Soen, Imperial.
Music review. Music review.
Soen is one of those up-and-coming prog metal bands, and they've been around for quite a few years at this point because their new album is actually their 5th studio album. And my introduction to them was through their previous album Lotus, which I think came out approximately 2 years ago, and it was, I think, the first review of 2019 that I did, and the album ended up in my top 15 of the best albums of 2019. It was actually my number 5. Really fantastic album, loved it. So obviously I was really looking forward to this new album Imperial, which came out a couple days ago. As of now I've heard it 8 times, so let's dive right into the review. The album opens up with the track Lumerian, which has exactly all the trademarks of Soen. You've got tasty heavy riffs. This is just something I have to point out. Their riffs are so good. I think I mentioned with my review of Lotus that sometimes they reminded me of Tremonti, which is a good thing, but they have definitely their own style how they make riffs, and they are just so great, like throughout the whole album, and also when remembering Lotus. I really like their riffs. Then it kind of gets a little more mellow and more atmospheric in the verses, and then we have what I would call a standard Soen chorus. And the way the chorus starts actually reminds me of the track Lascivious from the previous album. We've got that like pause before the chorus starts.
I believe that in the end we could be something more, but every trace of who we are is gone. Still I hope we could.
Also that instrumental metal section that is somewhere in the middle is really fantastic. Deceiver is a similar track to the first one in that we have yet again great riffs, melodic chorus, and a really great instrumental midsection.
You have always been there, covering the sun, aching in my chest.
Another banger is Monarch, and I just love their style, their sound, their riffs, and I have to mention the singing. I think I was praising it in Lotus review, but I have to praise it here as well. The singing is fantastic. I love how deep, big the singer's voice is. He reminds me of the singer from Opeth, but he's got like more edge, and his voice is a bit more full. Great singing.
But compassion is the strength you raised to be a man. There's sometimes when you're alone, you despise who you became.
Illusion is very Pink Floydish ballad that reminds me a lot of their title track from the previous album Lotus, and I think personally that the bridge is melodically the most memorable part.
From everything we need to reach harmony, for all of us who won't linger on to pretend.
Antagonist is a very epic song, and again we have these juicy riffs. Modesty is another slower track, and I love the passion, I love how full of emotions it is. And we also have orchestration here, which is slightly more evident here and therefore makes it stand apart. Another awesome riff-driven track is Dissident, and its chorus is one of the most memorable moments on the album.
We are one, undivided one and sons, and we are the signs to open our hearts to the light, love to serve.
Also, I've noticed with Soen on this album that they usually have unconventional song structures, partially, but they always seem to do this stuff where they put the guitar solo after the second verse. It's like they have a riff, verse, sometimes a bridge, chorus, verse, and then a solo. So it's like after chorus, verse, solo, you know, something like that. And they keep doing that quite often. So I think it's maybe they're trying to make it like their own move or their own signature thing. I think it's interesting. It's not traditional, but it's kind of everywhere, so I've noticed that after a couple of tracks. The final track, Fortune, starts as a doomy alternative metal proggish track in verses, but then it kind of transforms into this epic and very orchestral track, which I really like. The orchestration just really shines through this track.
And I will become your shield and your unbreakable sword.
This is another very solid Soen album. I do have to say I enjoyed it, even though I have to draw a few criticisms here. First of all, the songs are very samey, so still after hearing it 8 times, I have difficulties differentiating between the songs, and there are even many moments that kind of sound like from their previous album. The good thing about this record is that it's 12 minutes shorter than their previous album, Lotus. This is around 42 minutes of music, and generally I'm more of a fan of shorter records because there's less music to digest, and the more music there is, the more variety it requires for me to keep focus. A little bit variety wouldn't hurt, I think. But, I mean, apart from that, we have a very decent album. Like, I definitely cannot say this is a bad album. I mean, the songwriting is great, the musicianship is great, but I think Lotus was a much better album for me personally. I will keep coming back to this. We'll see how it grows on me, and maybe towards the end of the year, I'll tell ya. If you like this video and if you like the videos I'm making, consider supporting me by purchasing my debut album Pursuits in Life, because I include audio samples in my reviews and thus I make them the most informative and entertaining to watch. I usually run a risk of getting a copyright claim, meaning that I won't be able to earn any money from these videos, and whatever money I earn goes to the author of the samples I use. I have no problems with that. They deserve all the support, but as these videos take a lot of time to make, the best and the only way how you can support me is actually by buying my debut album. And if you like progressive rock, progressive metal, I think you're gonna like this record a lot. Have you heard this album already? You can let me know in the comment section below whether you agreed or disagreed with me. You can let me know how well do you think it compares to their other records. Maybe after hearing their last 2 records, which one should I listen to next? And you can follow me on Facebook or on Instagram. You can find the links to both in the description of this video below. Also, if you like this video, don't forget to like, to share, to subscribe. You can check out my own original music, my live performances, my worst to best series, and quite a lot of other reviews as well. Thanks a lot for watching.